Well, go on, everybody. Today we're gonna be talking about Invincible issue comic number 2. So get ready. We're gonna do this. Boom. So for this, it starts off pretty much in the past where we see Nolan, and he's talking to Mark, and basically he's telling Mark like, "Yo, I'm sure by now you kind of guessed that I'm different from the other dads." We kind of see this in the anime too, the TV show, but now I think we're gonna go a little bit more in detail and more into Nolan's past. So yeah. So Nolan is from a planet called Viltrum, and he describes it as basically a cool blue oasis, pretty much of peace, where the people there they have a lot of similarities to humans, as you can basically look at Nolan and tell. But the thing is, they have superhuman strength, superhuman speed, and like a lot of their other skills are pretty much acute, and well, they can fly. And so basically, this planet Beltram, they basically were just doing pretty good. They were doing really good. There was no crime, there was no illness. Technology was really advanced. And what they decided to do was, since they had reached so far in their society, they decided that what they're gonna do is go out to other planets and try to help them out. Try and improve technology, try and help others. So they really wanted to be like a peacemaker for the universe. So this is a good look. That's how I was thinking. I'm glad that they weren't just wasting away with their powers. And the thing is, like they've even mentioned that the civilians on Viltrum, they all agreed to this. So this is like something that they all wanted to do. They all wanted to make people better. They all wanted to be um just good people, just help out other planets and universes. So Nolan was on Viltrum. Nolan was a part of the World Betterment Committee. So this was a group of people, Viltrumites. That's what they're actually called. So if you're from Viltrum, you'd be called a Viltrumite. But anyways, so Nolan was a part of this committee, World Betterment Committee, and their goal was to pretty much scope out different planets that could possibly be they could interfere and help improve them technology and all sorts of that. And what happened is within that 3 years of Nolan working on the World Betterment Committee, he discovered Earth, and he decided that he's gonna actually do a physical inspection. So he wanted to check it out himself. They wanted to see what the living people there, what the humans were really doing, and so forth. The issue is though, when Nolan brought this to like his superiors, that well, Earth, like he was really interested in Earth, he wanted to work with them, he wanted to protect them. There was an issue that well, Earth wasn't developed enough. It wasn't at the place that they would like for it to be added to the betterment schedule. So a lot of the superiors, like Nolan bosses, basically they were like, no, it's not worth it. But what happens is Nolan did it anyway. He decides to visit Earth anyway, and on his visit to Earth, he's interacting with people, and remember, he looks just like a human, so it would be very hard to tell any difference between him. Besides when Bumble Cloud, we start seeing Nolan flying or something. But besides that, he was blending in, and then he said after a period of time, he just basically like he started to see Earth as home. So he decided that like he's gonna be the sole protector for democracy and peace on Earth. So then we get back to where Nolan is basically breaking it down to a young Mark, and basically Mark is just playing with his toys, and like Nolan is well, since I am a Viltrumite, Nolan, and you're my son, basically you will eventually have these powers. You will be able to, you are half Viltrumite, so you will have the ability to, fly, super strength, super speed, and all of that. And Mark is just looking at him, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how old Mark is in this, but he's mad young. And like any kid, like that's a short attention span. So, from all this information Nolan just gave him, the only thing Mark really grabs as a kid is like, oh, damn, I'm about to be able to fly. And well, Nolan just kind of chuckles and just says, "Yes, you'll be able to fly." And I like that. Actually, they kept that in the TV show too, cause normally they try to change certain things with the TV show versus the comics. So I'm really glad they decided to keep that. So we skip back to the present where we have Mark just lying in bed and like he's just chilling. Those nights when like you just up in your bed and you can't sleep, and yo, he just says, "Oh, yo, I'm bored. I'm in bed, but I can fly." So he decides that it's the middle of the night, and he decides that he's just gonna take a quick flight just to look around. I mean, like if I could fly, shit, I'd do that mad times. So he's just flying around, and as he's flying around, he's enjoying it. I'm doing twirls. He's just messing around. You can fly. You're gonna do mad stupid things in the air if you can fly. You're not gonna just go straight. So fly just straight. That's boring. So he's doing mad stuff. Eventually, he notices like a commotion, and he looks down. It turns out it looked like there's a criminal. So there's this big blue muscular guys, or beings. You don't know if they're guys or whatever they are, but they look like guys. And it turns out it's the Mauler twins. Mark sees the Mauler twin, basically this big blue strong guy, you know what I mean? Like I checked the stats for him and he's like 535 pounds. He's like 7 foot 6 inches. So he's a big guy. Mark decides to charge this guy. And this guy slaps the shit out of Mark. I'm not gonna lie, like that shit was kind of funny. But the good thing is, Mark recovers and like once he gets back up from that crazy slap, he just charged at the guy. He charged at the guy like he's ready to beat his ass. Then all of a sudden, there's a big explosion. I don't know where this come from, both of them look shocked. They're like, "Yo, what just happened?" We look up and we see the team, and so basically the team is basically a group of superheroes where you have Adam Eve. She's a female with like subatomic powers where she can basically maneuver matter. We have Duplicate, and we have Robot, and we have Rexplode. So we don't get the entity of these characters yet, but I'm just giving you an idea. So they come in, and Rexplode, he can basically make anything explode. He can turn any inorganic material or whatever. You know what the hell I'm talking about. He can make that shit explode. He's like Gambit basically. If you don't know Gambit, Gambit is from X-Men, dope character. So he throws it. He's the one that throws, like he said, he throws a BB, and then he's saying that, if I threw a golf ball, it would be way more powerful. Whatever. Anyways, the both Mark and the Mahler twin are looking up, and they're like, "Yo, who are these people?" So then Rexplode is just like, "Yo, who started this?" And right as he says that, the Mahler twins attacks them. He just goes for all the team they come in on like they're on like some type of hover bike, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's mad ugly. Anyways, Mahler twin grabs it and he's just like, "I'm gonna give you an idea of who potentially started this fight." Then what happens is that like we see like a somewhat of type of like a little quarrel between the team where we see the Robot character. He's just like, "Good job, Rex. You basically blew our old surprise, our element of surprise, because then they would have had an advantage against the Mahler twin, but now he's more than aware of them." Luckily, Mark steps in right whereas the Mahler twin is about to attack them, and like he just slugs Mahler twin. He knocks him the hell out, and I mean like he gives him like a powerful right hand. So then he's knocked out, and then we get an idea of who are these people. Like who are these people that showed up on the hover bike? Who are they? Who are they from? So they introduce themselves, and they're like, I gave you a quick intro earlier, but I'm gonna give you a better one now. So basically, these are the team. So they're a group of superheroes where basically teenager, kinda, not exactly teenagers, but they're kind of teenagers, and basically they all have powers. As I said, we got Duplicate. She has the power to like self-replicate, so she can make copies of herself. We have Atom Eve, where basically she can maneuver matter. She can like so basically right off the bat, anytime you hear anybody has any type of power that can manipulate matter, they about to be a beast. But we gonna get back to her. We have a Robot. And like he's basically a character where you can see him like he looks like just well a robot, like an orange robot, and he seems to be really intelligent. And we also have Rexplode. Rexplode is more of like the class clown, the funny character. And like basically, as I said, he can turn any inorganic matter and make it um basically explode. So he can turn any, like if he grabs a piece of remote or anything, he can make that shit explode. And so he can turn almost anything into a weapon and use it as a tool. So Mark is talking to them, and then they're just like, "Yo, who are you?" And he's just like, well, I'm invincible. And you can see like there's like a little funny dialect there where it's like they're like cute, like, yeah, sure, you're invincible. But I mean, he did just beat the villain, so I don't know why they're making jokes at my boy. So the next day we skip back to Mark being at school, and it turns out that he sees one of the superheroes. So he sees Atom Eve. It turns out Atom Eve actually goes to his school, and the crazy thing is, she doesn't even have a mask. So Atom Eve doesn't even wear a mask. But for some reason, nobody in her school notices her. I don't know if I would feel bad if I was her or just the rest of the people are idiots. Because it's either they don't respect her as a superhero or they're just freaking blind. So, anyways, Mark sees her and he's just like, "Yo, what up, yo? I like you, B." He mocking. He's trying to do his thing. He's trying to bag. So she's just like, "Yo, try to keep this secret. So, anyways, they chopping it up, they talking and so, and Eve mentions that they want to follow up on a lead they have from one of the Mauler twins, and basically they're just like, she asks Mark if he wants to roll with her, and go check out the lead, and they literally just leave school. They just dip off after school and they go behind some corners and they just change their clothes and then just fly out. And Mark is just like, well, before they fly out, Mark is just like, "Yo, how are we gonna leave without people noticing us?" And Eve just like, "Yo, people don't really look up." And when you think about it, like, bro, how often do you really look up when you just out in your day? So they literally just fly off from school and nobody notices. And Eve still isn't wearing any type of mark, any type of mask, you know what I mean? But obviously, Mark got on his dope invincible mask, that black and yellow fly as ever. So Eve brings Mark to basically the teen team's headquarters, and we see Robot again. And basically Robot is just like, he's welcoming him. He's just like, "Yo, bro, I kind of need your help with this. Y'all arrived just in time." And it turns out what happens is, Robot has this brilliant idea. This is why I know this dude's smart as hell. So remember the Mauler twins Mark basically knocked out? Robot removed his memory, so he doesn't recall getting beat up. And then he put him back at where he was at the scene of the crime. So Robot's reason for doing this is because he wants the guy to wake up, not remember what happened, and just know that the thing that he was trying to rob, basically he doesn't have it. And then their idea is he will eventually go back to his base, and then they could follow him and then have a better idea of find out, like, what is this dude trying to do. So it's basically they're trying to track him. They want to find out where is he from, what is he doing. So as I said, Robot just wiped his memory, and then they're gonna track him. So they all jump on basically Robot's hover bike, that ugly piece of shit. And I don't know why, since Mark can basically fly, but they jump on, all three of them. And my boy Mark is behind Eve. He's trying to do his thing, macking, and Robot up front leading. So the Mauler twin wakes up, and like an idiot he goes back to his base. So he's telling the other twin, or his clone basically, so they're not twins exactly, they're really clones. And he's telling the clone like, "Yo, I don't remember what happened. I just know I went to get the video game processors, but I don't remember what happened after that." So this is obviously because, as I said, Robot wiped his memory. So it seems what they're trying to do is they're trying to build something, I'm not sure what, and they need a lot of processors. So that's what this clone was trying to get when he was interrupted by Mark and the teen team. So after hearing this, Mark and Robot and Adam Eve, they just bust out. They just bust out of their secret spot. So remember, they were tracking the Mauler twin that they wiped his memory. So they bust out and they're just like, yeah, we hear enough. You're not gonna get the processors. You're not gonna get any of this stuff to do anything. So Robot steps in and like he slugs the Mauler twin. First off, I did not think Robot was gonna be this strong. I thought he was just gonna be like, a regular smart, brainy character with a lot of gadgets. But nah, it looks like he has a decent amount of super strength. But I don't know if you could test my boy Mark, but so anyways, they bust out and Robot is just beating this Mauler clone's ass. Like, he slugs him and like basically the Mauler twin like an idiot. He's just like, that's not nothing. And Robot slugs him again. So basically they beat the twins and then Mark helps too, he had to stop the other one because so it turns out they were really trying to activate some robots, so that's why they needed all those processors as a means to run the robots. So after they beat both of them, Robot is just like, yo, Mark, you want to join the team, bro? So he's asking him if he wants to join the team, and Mark is just like, yo, it doesn't sound that bad, you know what I mean? And he just like, yo, is it always this easy? So we see like Mark is might potentially being a partner of this team. And he's developing more friends. We're seeing more characters. So the only real friend we knew, Mark had before was just William. So now we're seeing more characters coming into play, potential friends and so forth. Maybe even enemies. We'll see. So after that, we skip back to the mall. So we are outside Twin Pines Mall. I don't know if this is the major mall in Mark's our Invincible universe, but we skip back to it, and we see a bunch of people just walking around. Then we notice a guy just laying on a bench, and like he looks mad tired. He looks like like when you have one of them good nice sleep there, and you just feel good. He is waking up from one of them sleep, so he mad stressed. And then we notice he starts touching his chest. Like when something is wrong with your chest, because you have your body all the time. So he's touching his chest, and then you notice he feels something weird. Then he unbuttons his shirt, and we see like something that looks like a bomb. The thing about this bomb, though, it looks like it has a timer, and that timer says 1. So if you remember when we did the first episode for the review of Comic 1, it started off with Invincible actually flying off with somebody with a bomb strapped to their chest in and like he was in like Antarctic. If you're not familiar with that, go check out my first video. It's Invincible Comic 1 review. It literally starts off with that, so you won't need to watch the whole video unless you want to, and you might just need to watch like the first 5 seconds or first 10 seconds and you see what I'm talking about. So anyway, this guy wakes up and he, as I said, he has a bomb to his chest, and bro, this shit goes off. The bomb goes off at the mall, and without a doubt, obviously mad people die. We don't know what caused this. We don't know anything. We don't see any hint of who could have caused this. No superhero, anything is available. So, and that's how the comic ends for this one. Crazy, yo. Great issue. We get to see a lot of new characters. Atom Eve, Robot, Rexplode, all of them. Duplicate, all of them. And we get the idea that somebody is putting bombs on people, and we gotta find that out. But anyways, if you like this video, definitely subscribe and like, and we'll be back more mad Jamaican anime review videos and comics, all of that. Stay tuned. Boom, we out.